Hey, I'm James and I'm one of the co-owners here at Mortal Minds Coffee Roasters, and this is the V60. The V60 is easily one of the most popular brewing methods on the market today, and for good reason. There's a ton that you can do with this. No matter how you drink your coffee, there's something here for you. But, as is the case with anything that's worthwhile, it's going to take some practice. This specific recipe that we're going to show you is what we at Mortal Minds have found to yield the most consistent and clean results. Most other pour-over brewing methods are a little bit more forgiving because they have a flatter bottom and smaller openings, like the Kalita Wave. The V60 has a wider opening on the bottom, which means it's going to require a lot more knowledge and practice to come out with a good, clean cup of coffee. If you're a fan of lighter roasts, so more tropical or fruity coffees, the V60 is going to be the method for you. First, let's go over just a few things that you're going to need. You need a V60, and these come in all different shapes and sizes. Today we're going to be using the V60 with its own drip decanter. Size 2 V60 filters. A scale that measures grams and ounces. Mine is a timer, but you can use your phone to keep track of time if you have a regular food scale. Coffee grinder, a stir stick or a chopstick works fine, a kettle, filtered water, and some good coffee. We recommend using your favorite light roast. This is one of my favorite light roasts by Brandywine Coffee Roasters. We're going to be measuring 40 grams of coffee to 640 grams of water. This is a classic 1:16 ratio that we found gets the best results. You'll want to grind your coffee on a medium fine grind. On the Baratza Virtuoso, that's number 16. Once you have your coffee ground, you want to take your filter and fold the side of it so it fits into the V60. Once you have your filter folded and in the brewer itself, you want to rinse it out. What this does is it gets rid of any paper taste and any little particles that might be in the filter itself. And the other thing that it does is it preheats the V60. After rinsing the filter, we like to give it a little swirl just to make sure that everything gets preheated. After everything's preheated and the filter is rinsed, all you need to do then is discard the water. For our recipe, we like to use something called the Kubomi method. For this method, you'll need a stir stick or a chopstick works fine, and you'll put that in before you pour the grounds in. Once you have your chopstick in place, then you can put the grinds in the V60. You want to give it a little shake just to make sure that the bed is flat, and then you start to go in a circular motion around the edge of the V60 and create a spiral. You can get the same effect by using your finger. We just like this method because it makes it a little bit easier to get an even extraction, and it looks really cool. We recommend getting your water as hot as possible, especially if you're brewing a light roast. If you are brewing a dark roast, we recommend that you don't go below 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your water is up to temperature, start your timer and then immediately start pouring. You want to pour the water directly into the center of the grounds and then follow the spiral up until you reach 80 grams of water. Once you reach 80 grams of water, immediately swirl the V60 so all the grounds are saturated evenly. This is my personal favorite stage of the pour-over process because it's the first time you really start to smell the intricate characteristics of the coffee that you're brewing. It's also fun to see the coffee bed start bubbling, which is CO2 escaping the grounds. When you reach 30 to 45 seconds, while being sure to avoid the edges of the filter, begin your first pour. In the next 30 seconds, you want to pour about 60% of the total water. So once the timer reaches 1 minute and 15 seconds, you should have a total of about 300 grams of water. Once you reach 300 grams, you want to slow it down and gently maintain the level of water in the V60. This keeps the temperature high, which is one of the many important variables with the V60 that ensures an even extraction. In the next 30 seconds, you want to reach 100% of the brew weight. Once you reach 640 grams of water and the timer is around 1 minute and 45 seconds, stir just below the surface of the water to make sure that there are no larger grounds clinging to the sides of the filter. For this method, we consistently hit a total brew time of around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. For 2 servings, your brew time should not be more than 3 minutes. If you do go over, consider adjusting the grind size, rate of pour, size of the filter paper, or even raising your water temperature if you opted for a lower temp. When all of the water has drawn through the grounds, you want to see a perfectly flat bed with minimal grounds on the side. It should look something like this. Once all the water is drawn through the grounds, discard the filter and the grounds, grab a friend, and enjoy. This method is just what we found works best for us through experimentation and research. Hopefully you found something in this tutorial that you can incorporate into your own method. Let us know what you think of this method in the comments below. If you're a fan of this video, make sure you like and subscribe and share with a fellow coffee lover. Thanks for watching.